Hey everybody, it's Mark, the Crazy-Eyed Reseller. Today I wanted to create a video and introduce myself to you, to my potential followers, to those watching the channel or Facebook page, and let you know what we're trying to do with our social media content. I am again, called the Crazy-Eyed Reseller, and that's really for two reasons. One, as you can see, if I take my reading glasses off, my right eye kind of does its own thing, and it might look like I'm looking over in right field. And but that's no problem. It's never been an issue with me. I've had this pretty much my entire life. The only thing I cannot do is I cannot see 3D. So that's kind of a bummer. But otherwise, I can see just fine. So everything's good there. The second reason, though, is I am also crazy about reselling. And reselling is for some degree, that along with business in general is just in my blood. It's been in my family, and it's just something that I truly enjoy. So I want to introduce that to you. Like many others, I also want to provide you with some guidance, some knowledge. I also want to learn from you about reselling. And so this is a good method to do that. I want my page to be a little bit different maybe than others as well, right? I want it to be fun, unique, kind of quirky. And so in that light, we're actually going to introduce a few characters today, a little bit later on. What the content's going to cover, though, really is reselling, and that's going to be most likely most of what we do in week in, week out. But we're also going to have some information on reviews, whether that's reviews of things like the lights that I'm using for this video, the holder that I'm using to hold my cell phone, this microphone that I'm using, which is a Logitech Yeti Blue. And so we're going to do those. Those may help you to go out and buy the right things that you want to use as well. A third area we want to do is, and this is going to be more serious, hence the character we've come up with, and I'll talk about him in a few minutes, but that is business management, financial management, education. This is going to be critical for your long-term success as a reseller. You need to know what you're selling, how much you're selling it for, how much is on your shelf, your profits, what you're spending, all of that. You need to know what that is going on. So we're going to do some various things for there. And finally, and as odd as it sounds, we are going to do some videos on how to clean your pots and pans. So more to come on that part too. Now, of course, reselling in business is not just everything I do. My wife and I have a beautiful family. We love our daughters, our sons-in-law, and our grandsons. We love spending time with them. And then also secondarily, though, I love bird watching. I love golf. I love just being outdoors. And so those things may get some interactive, but definitely our basset hounds. My wife and I have 4 basset hounds. They're definitely going to be involved here. And we're going to do some reviews on dog food. We're going to do reviews on some of their toys. And if you want to see that channel, that's called Bailey's Bassets, and you can go look at that on YouTube. But we love our basset hounds. Now, with all that said, I wanted to take a few minutes to just kind of introduce you a little bit more about a couple of these sections and what we're going to do within these specific categories of content. The first of those being reselling. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do BOLOs, right? Being on the lookout for. One of my other videos that you can already go see is one about Salad Master. They are some high-end, seldom seen pots and pans. But if you find them, I guarantee that number one, you'll sell them, and you'll sell them for good money, and you'll sell them quickly. They have a very good sell-through rate. So I'm not going to give that away. Go look at that other video, but it is out there for your enjoyment. In addition, I just want to go into estate sales and yard sales, garage sales, the thrift stores. And we're going to do some videos while we're in there. And whether it is during that video recording or whether it's a voiceover later, we kind of want to show some educational things that you may want to, again, be on the lookout for, and maybe some things you don't want to be buying, right? And the reasons why for all of that. Again, educational. Again, with some fun as well. Some of our videos will be shorts, and so some of them might be longer videos, but that's definitely what we're going to do. Another type of content that we're going to do, as I mentioned, is really reviews. reviews of the products that we use, household items, travel, restaurants. We want to have some fun, so we want to do some panels, some taste testing. And over time, we'll see how this all goes. We don't know where all these pieces are going to be, and some things we may fade out when it comes to these reviews, and some things may come in. It's all going to be new, and it's an experiment is what we're going to call it. A third area in which we want to do is probably more serious. And in that light, one of the characters that we're introducing is Professor Serious. And Professor Serious is going to generally be in a shirt and tie, might even wear a suit coat from time to time. But he's going to really be guiding us and giving us knowledge about business concepts, financial concepts, how to use Microsoft Office, probably especially Excel, on analyzing data to see where we need to improve, where we are with our sales, where we are with our profit margins. So eBay can do a lot of that for us, and that's great. But some things we need to do on our own, right? The apps aren't going to give it. And if you're selling on multiple platforms, you have to have somewhere where you're keeping all that data. But you definitely need to understand how your business is doing. Additionally, we want to talk about goals and goal setting, because that's going to be important for where you want to be a month from now, or 3 months from now, or 5 years from now. So we're going to talk about that more. And I know that one of the things that Professor Serious is excited about is he's going to do some classes, or a mini type class, on the book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by the late Stephen Covey. And I know I've used that book before, and it really has impacted my life in a lot of ways, personally as well as in my business and business relationships. So that's going to be something we definitely talk about. Now, this last area is probably the one I'm most excited about. And as I mentioned, it's not what you're probably expecting, but it is cleaning pots and pans. Now, I'm not going to do it. I'm not cleaning the pots and pans. I don't do that, right? No, it's Pan Man and his misfit crew. And we're going to be introducing, I'm not going to tell you too much about him, so we're going to introduce him a little bit here. But I will say that he's quirky. He's kind of a combination of Bob Ross and Mrs. Doubtfire. If you think of those two, kind of out there in left field, out there in right field, over here, over there, just an oddity. But I think very knowledgeable. I think someone who loves to talk, very much like me. And matter of fact, not just like me, but if you're not sure, you may actually think he's my doppelganger. That'll be up to you. You can leave some feedback what you think on that one. But on a weekly basis, Pan Man is going to be doing some skits or some shows in which he's going to be introducing some pots and pans that he's recently bought, cleaning those so that he can then show you how to sell them for more money. He's also going to have tips and tricks about the cleaning process, and also about which pans are good to buy and which ones you should avoid. I think one of the plans for that too is for him to have some guests, whether that is other dishwashers, because he's a very enthusiastic dishwasher, maybe from some of the local restaurants, and if we could get somebody truly famous, even better, right? And I understand he wants to go on location to other places to do some cleaning there. We'll see how that all goes for him. Well, that's our plan, right? Now, I will sit here and tell you, I don't know if this plan is going to work 100% or not. It's definitely going to change over time. We're not expecting necessarily to have some crazy number of followers or subscribers as we do this. But when these thoughts came to me literally at 3 to 4 in the morning in the past week, I'm like, I've got to get up and write them down. I've got to do something about it. And you never know, right? That's what this world's about. We do things, we take a chance. And I know that some people are going to like, dude, what are you doing? This is so stupid, so outlandish. But if you're a reseller, there's naysayers out there. They're going to say you can't do something, or why are you doing this? And there's people that may not like the type of content we do or how we do it. And that's okay, fine too. It's our personalities. It's what we want to provide. And we want it to be entertaining and fun, but also educational. So that's what we're hoping to do. So we appreciate it. Number one, if you would share this with others, especially if you like it. If you've got some feedback, please give that to us. We would like good feedback and constructive criticism, because we also need to improve. We all need to improve on a regular basis. And please, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We definitely appreciate that. In parting, let me say and kind of close this out with how Pan Man is going to be closing his show on a weekly basis. And that is, thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.